Hello, hashtag We Gamma Math. We are in our 22nd week of Spotlight, and then we have 23rd weeks and beyond to go over. Here is our data chart. You may always stop and pause and see. Please make sure that we're staying either on calendar or we're communicating when we're not on calendar so that we can ensure that our test grades are reflective of what regional is expecting of us. I would like to give a big spotlight and shout out to Miss Russo, Mr. Williams, Miss Bryant, and our SPED specialist for rolling out the first iteration of our blended learning digital station and learning about data tracking. So our first rollout with Williams started with him immediately letting them track, as well as them working on two stations. Here you'll see their computer stations, as well as in the front was the collaborative station that you all worked on our January 25th date. So kudos and shout out to Bryant and Williams for jumping into it. Also, Russo wanted to take a little bit of a slower step because she wanted to give her students time to digest the data and for her to set up her systems and structures. So Russo started with her tracking only. That is absolutely great and fine. Thank you, Russo, for getting a jump start on that. As of today, we have 2 of our 4 teachers already started. So if you have anything or questions that you want to ask of them, please do. But we're expecting that everybody will have this lunch by the end of this week. Also, our SPED team has access to the same data that you have access to. So here you'll see us meeting and talking about how we can pull those reports, talk to parents, and get even granular to let them know what their students need to work on as far as their TEK focus for the week. So please work with your teachers to provide them what TEKs you're working on so that they can also support on their end with giving the parents information on where to go and find resources to support. Some lesson learns and things to think about when you're rolling out the digital station is if you want to increase your time spent in class, already go ahead and glue down and have those student cards glued down and just hand them out and sorted by cohorts. That really takes away, especially for students who are slow to following instructions, that takes away some of that time needed to prep. Also for Williams, he realized that the students jumped into Khan Academy and they still were kind of stuck. So I went to Ann and I asked her, well, what do we do to circumvent this? And she stated that we need to ensure that students know how to use Khan Academy. So they should not just be taking the exam, but they should be using the hint tools. And if they're not getting on the hint tools, they should go back and watch the videos to support the learning. And if they still don't get it, then they need to come and seek you for support. So there really shouldn't be any reteach in the digital station point. But if you don't show them how to properly use their tool, then it will cause a little frustration on their part and make you believe that you will need to reteach when in fact you may not have to. Grades to date. So far, we're looking okay as far as the number of grades we have. Russo, I'll work with you to get in those last round of grades that I know you have for me. I do want to shout out Williams. Williams is making a abundance of grades, Williams and Bryant. Abundance of grades so that students have multiple opportunities to increase their grades and multiple opportunities that will decrease their grades if they're not staying on top of things. So I want to shout out to them and all of you all for being on top of your grades. At minimum, having the amount of grades that we need to show on progress reports, and then definitely meeting the expectations of having them in and constantly keeping them up. For our exit ticket tracker, I do want to spotlight out Russo as well as Allison. 2 things that I want to note. I do see that you all are tracking the numbers. However, as a leader, in order for me to go in and support and set up our WDMs, I kind of need to know what TEK you worked on, especially if you're not following the pacing guide. And I also need to know what are your plans so that I can come in with some ideas. So in order to make our WDMs useful, you need to kind of fill it out fully like Russo and Allison did. So if you want to go in, check out what they're doing. And then even furthermore, Russo is tracking the progress after students get a chance to remaster. And notice that this is red because those students haven't had a chance to remaster it. So please make sure that you're doing that as well. So shout out to them. For our other teachers, thank you for having your data in. Just continue to make it complete. For week 23 and beyond, this is going to be some interesting next weeks coming up. So please, please, please make sure that you're staying abreast. The week of February the 4th is kind of challenging for me because I'm going to have STEAM, but Ann is going to step up and she's going to give you all the time and attention you need for O3s. And she's specifically going to go on with the debrief of the visit, any rollout of the data session questions, and she'll talk about what I mentioned earlier with Williams' hurdle that he went over that we did not model for you all. So that was a good hurdle to go over. And then our next steps for coaching focus within the BL model, particularly around the instructional moves. For February the 5th is STEAM Day. I will be giving you your final reports for that. Please make sure that you attend Porch Party on Monday with the final details. And also know that I will try to be in your classes, but I will be spending a lot of time just making sure that we are ready for this day. We will have check-ins after the 7th and 8th because I'm taking the 6th off to just recoup after STEAM Day and all of the things that I have been doing to prep for that. And then next week, I won't be in at all the entire week, so there will be no O3s for me. I will talk to Ann later to see if she will just have some debriefs with you all, but there will be no O3s from me at all. Last but not least, the final week in February is our interim assessment 3. If you have not started that test, please do so, so that you can come into our meeting the week prior to with ready to talk about the data, your expectations, and our goals. All right, have a wonderful day of teaching and learning every day this week, every day for the remainder of this semester. If you all have any questions for me, please reach out to me, and know that on Monday and Tuesday, my days are going to be a little tight, but I'll be here for you.